let's digress real quick. You brought up your wife.
Hmm.
How does she cope with knowing that every evening now, like she's gonna have to really pick up the slack, and that's not the right word, but at home because it's just her while you're out. Because as much as you rush back home
Hmm.
after your show,
Hmm.
thanks for staying for pictures, by the way. But like
Yeah,
as
yeah,
soon as you're done, you rush back home. But there is like it's pretty much every evening it's she's got to run the ship solo.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's difficult, and this is something that we did talk about even when we were on the cusp of having our second. And in all fairness, she also experienced that, with her first
Mhm.
during Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And it's just, and like that's just theater. It's
Yeah.
tough in film as well. I'm
Yeah.
sure, as you know, like there are days where your time is completely engrossed. Like you're spending. I remember I'd be on set. I shot a film in the spring while she was pregnant,
Mm.
um, and we were on set, 12, 13, 14 hours a day, easy. Um, and there are this is where we are so heavily reliant on our family. We're so heavily reliant on the village, that we talk about all the
Yeah.
time. We're heavily reliant on outside help, whether it's nannies, babysitters, you name it, because it is not easy. Specifically because I've got a 3-year old now, and like, man, his deportment, his attitude, his emotions, just trying to regulate those things
Mhm.
as a child is obviously difficult. His brain is growing, his body is growing, and then we've got a 3-month old, and he's also going through his changes. And this is all while my wife is trying to manage a household, b her own emotions, and then you just got daddy on the other side of the city,
Yeah.
just sort of on stage roaring like a lion. So it is difficult,
Mm.
is what I will say. But as I mentioned before, that's why we have people in place, and that's why we got our village.
Yeah. So as
Hmm.
soon as Lion King's done, what's the first thing you're doing for her?
Well, I'm not waiting till Lion King's done to do something.
Okay.
Luckily for us, we've got some vacation time too. So
Nice.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm planning on doing something special for vacation.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. And like Valentine's Day is coming up. I don't want
Yeah.
to, I don't want to go ahead and,
Oh, you're one of those and just celebrates Valentine's Day? You don't do
well, I
it
mean,
every day of the year,
yeah,
whatever.
oh boy, here we go. If I did it every day of the year, we'd be broke, baby.
That's funny.
But yeah, no, no, no. You're right. That's a very good question.
Mhm.
To which, like, I have some plans in terms of vacationing. I have some plans in terms of just like Valentine's Day and just
Love
making
it.
sure that she is appreciated and celebrated,
Yeah,
because she's my hero. She is our
for
hero. So
sure. Like if she's not holding down, as well as like everything on the outside, as much as actors want to say they can compartmentalize, like she plays a huge role on your
huge,
mental health,
huge,
right? So you got to shout out the heroes, the real heroes out there that
for
are
real.
really helping these actors,
Hmm.
maintain their sanity and give us the performances as the audience and the public that we love to see. So
Yeah.
shout out your
Even with
wife.
that, I just want to even stick a pin. Even with that, like, even Tuesday,
Mhm.
like as soon as recently as Tuesday was my son's birthday, and he wasn't feeling too great. And like I had my clothes on and I had like my bag and I was ready to go. I have to leave the house at a certain time, and it was like 2 minutes to that specific time. And like he was my son, who is often energetic and like you know busy, this, that, and the third, was like super lethargic, and he was like falling asleep standing up. And it was one of those things where he was just coming off of like I said, he was just coming off of his birthday, and he wasn't feeling too great during his birthday. And so she's cooking dinner. She's got my crying 3-month old who's tired and needs to sleep in one hand. And I'm holding my toddler as like I'm just saying goodbye, giving him his kisses and stuff like that. And I'm noticing like these are the things that are happening. And I was just like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to work.
Mhm.
So what I will say is, um, I'm very grateful for Shannon, my wife, but I'm also very grateful for the changes in the rules that are around equity and our union as it relates to actors being able to call out when they need to. In this moment in time, Like it was, I have the freedom and the ability, and I can trust our show and the understudies
Yeah.
in a way where like I can call in at the last minute and be like, look, I might have to take my son to the emergency room. I can't come into work today. And everything is fine.
Yeah.
And I'm given the freedom to do that, which is
Yeah.
really cool.
That's
You know, so
amazing.